What up, y'all? I'm back with another review, and I'm here to review this new studio album from Quelle entitled Being You Is Great, I Wish I Could Be You More Often. Now, I read the description under the Bandcamp stream of this album, and there's another concept to this album, and of course, it's another great quality mellow music group release. Um, in this, it seems that, well, from what I read, Chris is talking about how he rides on, he surfs on waves of self confidence and then falls off into the ocean of self doubt. And they're talking about how this album is too human. And what I get from this album, especially the album cover, I'm like, is that an underground dude looking at a mainstream dude, and the mainstream dude's looking at the underground dude saying, being you is great. I wish I could be you more often, though. Is that what this is? Like, you want to be like this person, but this person wants to be like you the whole time. Kind of like J. Cole and his friend who sells drugs. And Cole's like, shoot, Cole's friend's like, how you looking up to me when I'm the one looking up to you? I wonder if it's like that. I thought that's what I got from the album cover when I first looked at it. Like, being you is great, and you're looking back like with a smile, just saying, I wish I could be you more. And it's like, And then I'm thinking, maybe he's saying, maybe he's saying, man, being this me is great. I wish I could be that me more often. Or maybe that me saying, well, I can wish I could be that more often. Yo, it's thought provoking. 17 tracks long. Let's go ahead and get right into this. And I'll let you know right now, this is alternative. It reminds me of um, Hella Personal Film Festival, Open Mike Eagle, and Paul White. Just Chris's version of it. Totally different album though. Just reminds me of Hella Personal Film Festival. Track number one, Buddies. This is the this is the funniest, realest song I've heard this year. One of them at least. I fuck with myself. Might buy myself some flowers. Might come back and kiss myself. I fucks with myself. I look up in the mirror in the morning. I'm like, who is that nigga? Who is that nigga? I'm like, yo, this dude is ridiculous. Kind of makes me question the cover, honestly. One of my favorite tracks on here. Track number four. Well, it was funny. For the first like 8 tracks, I found myself really liking the second track. Then I got to the third, nope. Fourth, yeah. Fifth, nope. Sixth, yeah. It's like it was like that for 8 tracks. Track number three, Pop Out. It was cool. Track number four, though, In Case I Lose Myself, featuring Cavalier and Denmark Vesey. Uh, oh, and Goose. It's just the raps that are written down in case of a loss. The rappers themselves being lost. Track number five, Fascinating Grass, was cool. It featured Big Tone and Rock Marciano, which was cool to see. Track number six, BS Vibes, featuring House Shoes. It's laced with scratches and just Quelle shunning, like just saying no to BS Vibes and how they surround him, but he's just avoiding them. Track number seven, Dumb for Brains. It was one of the weirder tracks, and I was like, it's alright. I don't really need it though. Track number eight, Calm Before, featuring Cavalier and who else? Susie? No, yes, Susie Analog. Uh, Dope music and dope music video that went with this. It was, I mean, man, it kind of reminded me of the way Quell was doing this in it a lot of the time. It reminded me of Bones and Xavier Wolf on that Weatherman music video. Track number nine, The Prestige, featuring John uh, Gray. Uh, Listen to this quote from Quell. They look like rappers to you, they're clones to me. Just talking down on rappers and the rewards, but those rewards looked at as poison, I guess, in the underground. The rewards of the mainstream. And look at this. And really also saying Quell is the prestige. All that mainstream shit. This is the prestige. We don't fall into labels. We don't fall into the trap of these rappers. And John Gray is like, or Jean Gray is talking about some come at me, bro, but not with the keyboard in person. And then she goes on for a little bit. And it's like, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. And you know what? Shut the fuck up. I'm like, yo, this shit is so funny. This album is funny. It's long too, but it didn't really get to me like that. I didn't mind that it was 17 tracks long because it kept me entertained. How funny it was. Even the tracks that I didn't really care for, there were some things being said where I was like, okay, that makes up for how much I'm not really feeling this track the way I am the other tracks. Track number 10, The Dreamer in the Den of Wolves. This is Quelle rapping from a past and current perspective, and he throws in um, aspects of the support that he was given and the not so encouraging opinions from people around him that he was given. And a funny outro too about coming up. Like we used to eat line ourselves, now we go. Now I got the key to my jag, and I ain't even touched the bitch. I'm like, what the fuck? Track number 11, I'm That Nigga featuring Denmark Vesey. Very braggadocious lyrics over this jazzy flavored beat, and that's what I really like about this track. Track number 12, Birthdays. Produced by Swarby. I'm about to check out who Swarby is because this sounds, and it's spelled Birth D-A-Z-E, Birthdays. All I have to say about this track is it sounds like something that happens when drugs kick in. I mean, this was like ridiculous. Uh, Track number 13, Learn to Love Hate. It was a cool concept song about loving yourself and loving the hate that you receive because you're going to get it anyway, no matter what you do or who you are. But it wasn't one of my favorite tracks on here. But track number 14, It's Great to Be. Could have been the perfect outro to this album. I mean, it really could have been. I really like that track, but it wasn't, which was cool because track 15, you get Encore, and it's like, okay, kind of, like saying we want more things. What do you get? You get 2 extra tracks. So I'm wondering if that was like those could have been bonus tracks, but they said, you know what? No, they're not gonna be bonus tracks. We're gonna do this little skit called Encore, and we're gonna give them more. There aren't gonna be any bonus tracks. It's gonna be a full album. When you buy it, this is exactly what you're gonna get. I think that was cool. Track number 16, Don't Get Changed, featuring Denmark Vesey and Elza. Just talking about how, don't get changed when you hit a certain level of success. And it just seems like these kind of guys, Mellow Music Group, guys like Elza, they just wouldn't let that happen. And that's why I like them so much. And the music is there for me. And the last track on here, Pendulum Swing, featuring Homeboy Sandman, who had a project last year that I reviewed. I want to say it was called A Kindness for Weakness. I could be wrong. I remember reviewing that around the same time I reviewed, I want to say, Skeptis Konnichiwa. I could be wrong about that though. And this is produced by Alchemist. And it was a cool outro track. The vibe kind of reminded me of It's Great to Be, but it's not as good as Great to Be. Overall, though, this is another solid project from Mellow Music Group. It reminds me of Hella Personal Film Festival, but it has its own sound to it. And Hella Personal Film Festival was filmed it was filmed fully produced by Paul White. So, as it gives this flavor, this is produced by a variety of producers and familiar names to me, like Elzai, Big Tone, Rock Marciano, guys like that. So, overall, very, very enjoyable album. I give it a 7 to a 7.5 out of 10. If you've heard this project, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below and what you think about my review on it. Also, be sure to hit the like button if you like this review. Share the review, subscribe if you're new, get me on Twitter, Facebook, AudioMac, SoundCloud, Instagram, and hit up my email for business. What I mean by hit up my email for business is if you need your music chapter screwed, reviewed, if you need beats made, or you want to be featured on one of my upcoming DJ mixtapes, the email is DynamicJAB@gmail.com. Thank you for watching. I definitely recommend that you check this project out, so I'll leave the link to it in the description below, as well as the Bandcamp, so you can not only stream it, but you can buy it as well if you think it's good enough to buy. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all next time. And that next time will be later on today. I have at least one more video coming out. See you then.